Hey everyone, Fred here for Tag Media Network, and I welcome you to my first episode of How to Produce Gaming Videos on a Mac Guide. Okay, we're going to jump right into this. So the first thing that you need to do is obviously hook up your capture card. Now I'm not going to run over how to hook that up, but I'm going to be using the Hauppauge HD PVR. It's pretty simple, just plug in your component cables and you should be good to go. Okay, please note that if you're not using an HD TV with the aspect ratio of 16:9, your videos aren't going to be recorded in 16:9 HD. They're going to come out in 4:3, and nobody wants to see that on YouTube. If you don't have an HD TV, I'm pretty sure there is a way around it by buying some sort of cable from Rocketfish, but I'm not going to be covering that in this tutorial. Okay, so now that you have the easy part done, now comes actually recording, and if you've bought the HD PVR, which I'm assuming you have, then you know that it didn't come with recording software. Well, it did, but it's only for PC. So there's a way around that, and if you go to elgato.com, then go to products, you'll see ITV3 under software, and most people use this actually for this exact purpose, to record gameplay on a Mac. So download that, and a side note is to not delete the email with the activation key code in it, because they will not give you another one. So once you get that, open it up, and you're going to go, because you have already plugged in your HD PVR and everything, it's all connected, you're going to go through an ITV setup assistant. So that's pretty easy. You just put your key code in or whatever, select your options that you want, and then you will just have this. So I'm going to run through the software with you guys so that you kind of understand what you're doing. Okay, so we're going to go to View, we're going to go to Display Options, and we'll start over here at General. Basically, you don't have to do anything with this. Given that Elgato makes products strictly for Apple, you can export to with an iPod or iPad format. So don't touch anything here. This is all good to go, unless you want to change the location that you're going to place your recordings at once they finish, where you want those to be saved. Moving on, controls, leave this the way it is. Guide. ITV is supposed to be for recording TV and then watching TV and recording it on your PC or Mac, but we're not using it for that, so just forget about that. Display, I suggest putting this on, leaving this at normal, and then because we're not using a standard definition, we're using an HD TV, I suggest putting on motion adaptive, given we are recording gameplay, and it's going to de-interlace the fast-moving parts of the screen. Leave this the way it is. You don't want everything to be in full screen once you start. Sharing, leave that the way it is. This is what I was talking about earlier, how you can export in that format. Leave the sound the way it is, and then devices, make sure it's selected the Hauppauge HD PVR, and put this at custom. Make sure that it's a constant bit rate, and that it's at 13.5 megabits per second, and an AAC audio. No, that's the encoding thing, not audio. Just make sure that it's like this. That'll give you the best, that's going to give you the best picture. Okay, so that's the best display options, or your best settings. Okay, so now what you're going to do is open a live TV window, and this, if it's not on the right, input, switch it by hitting these arrows back and forth here until you see your picture. Once you see your picture, this little remote here, this is going to be your main tool that you're using. One click of this and you're going to record, and then click it again and will stop recording. This audio, this is just what you're hearing currently. You can leave it all the way down because I don't like hearing it through my headset, and then because I have Turtle Beaches, and I don't like hearing it like 2 seconds later coming out of my computer because there's a slight lag, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Okay, so once you have your recordings done, you can go to, no, you don't even have to go up there. This little button right here, it's going to take you to all of your recordings, as you see here. And then, for example, my last recording, you can just right click on it and then go down to export, and then we'll do that now. Format, I suggest H.264. Hit this, click MP4 again, it switches it. Make this 10,000 kbits per second. Image size, obviously you want it HD. Frame rate, make it current because we don't want it at 15, which will be lagging up for you. And then keyframe it at automatic, and you'll be good to go with that. So okay, and then you can just save it to wherever you want your documents and then call it what you want. Okay, so that's how you export things after you have your recording done. This, like I said, this software is mainly for watching TV, but we're not using it for that, so all this stuff you can basically forget about. Exporting is this is where you're going to see what's exporting currently, and then recording currently, and then the past week. So that's basically that. If you have Toast, you can burn with that directly from iTV, but I don't do that, and we're not really using it for that, so that's not really necessary. So that's basically iTV. Another little thing, if you you can toy with your aspect ratio if you decide to hook up another TV to your with your connection, so you could record 4:3, but that's not really necessary for what we're doing, so just keep it at automatic. It should be 16:9. You can also take snapshots with that, which I've recently found out, and that's pretty cool. But that's basically it. Okay, so that's it for this episode. You guys learned how to set up and record clips. Next episode, we're going to take those and put them in Final Cut Pro /Express, and we're going to play with them a little bit. I'm going to teach you guys some cool tricks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.